Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? You're very much welcome to this presentation. And today we're going to look at the oil and gas jobs for Ugandans. And what motivated me to make this video was because I saw Uganda has just completed its initial stage of oil and gas exploitation, which is the exploration phase, and that one attracted very few jobs. But the next phase, which we are going into, which is the commercial oil production, will attract several opportunities, which I have clearly explained and presented in this video. So before we begin, click the bell notification button to receive messages when I upload videos on this channel. And to stay tuned to this channel and get connected, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel by clicking just the red button below this video. So first of all, we are going to look at the architecture and the engineering opportunities in the oil and gas industry. Then one, we're going to look at the architects and the surveyors. We know architects, they are special form of experts who design plans for buildings or any form of construction of can be factory or refinery, even the crude like the crude oil pipeline itself. Also, they have a job of designing the project. Then surveyors are people who map land boundaries on site or map boundaries on any objects or structures which are available on site. Then civil engineers. Civil engineers, they plan, design, and come up with different structures which are supposed to be constructed on site, and also they have a work of supervising construction on site and also ensuring that buildings and structures which are present are well maintained, are working and operating well. Then electrical engineers, they have a work of installing electrical power lines on site, and also whenever there is any breakdown in any electrical power line, they have that responsibility of repairing it and ensuring that everyone which is on the site is safe. Then mechanical engineers, they design and come up with tools which are to be used, for example, during the drilling process, and they design the basic or the type of bit which is supposed to be used for drilling. And if the tool maybe breaks down or fails to work properly, they have the responsibility of ensuring that the tool is repaired. And if the tool is totally worn out, they can replace it from the site. Then environmental engineers. These are engineers who work hand in hand with civil, electrical, and mechanical engineers to ensure that our environment is maintained clean however much we are producing oil and gas. So we observe that these engineers are responsible for managing waste which come from crude oil and gas production, even all the dissolved metals which are present in water, underground water which is obtained during commercial oil production is well treated by these environmental engineers. Then petroleum engineers, these are the core and the main people who are needed. And you observe that petroleum engineers, for them, their main responsibilities to ensure that they design and come up with new projects for producing oil out of the ground and ensure that whatever project they come up with will result into getting oil out of the subsurface at the cheapest cost possible so that they can maximize profit during the production process. Then electronic engineering technician, this one they repair any form of electronics which are present on the site. Then mud engineers. Mud engineers are basically chemists or experts who are responsible for mixing mud or drilling fluid and determining the appropriate density, viscosity of drilling fluid, which can be used to counterbalance between the well pressure and the formation pressure during the drilling process and creation of production wells by drillers. So next is the construction occupations. One, in this section we have carpenters. We know carpenters, their main responsibility is to design rough woody materials or structures which are needed, for example, rough bridges needed or rough boats which are needed on site by engineers. They design, or and another work that they can also do is that they can draw rough lines, or they can mark cutting lines on structures or surfaces prior to being cut. Then construction laborers, these are just helpers during the construction process, and their main work is to deliver building materials at the construction site. They can also mix cement, and also they can clean the construction site after the construction is done or during the dismantling process. Then paving equipment operators. These are people who lay out gravel or stone on surface and also asphalt, and also they operate paving equipment during that process of paving or laying down pavement or formation of forming paving surfaces. Then pipe layers. These are people who lay or remove pipes. Just that they lay, remove pipes, and also maintenance of pipes is also one of their responsibility. Also cleaning up the pipes whenever there is any leakage, or instructing or giving a report in case of any leakage on any pipe on site. Then plumbers. Plumbers are senior technicians who are great planners. They plan for and also they plan and also build or lay out pipes on site. For example, crude oil pipes, gas pipes, and even water pipes which are needed to deliver water on site or divert it from the site. Then building inspectors. This one, they ensure that all the buildings are well and are not leaking. For example, the residential buildings which are present, they do inspection. They ensure that the civil engineers really did their work well, and in case of any damage or any emergency, they give appropriate instruction to the engineers. Then extraction occupations. For extraction occupations, here we are going to look at, first of all, one, the derrick operators. The derrick, remember the derrick are the four edges of the rig. That's the derrick. And when you observe that for the case of the derrick operators, they inspect the derrick, or they can order inspection of the derrick prior to its lowering or raising. And also they can also instruct the mud engineers appropriately on the viscosity and the viscosity and the mud density that should be used when directing the drilling fluid into the subsurface. Then the rotary drill operators. These are the trained crews on site to ensure that the drilling operation or process occurs efficiently and ensure that the drilling occurs without any damage caused on site. Because we know a blowout can easily occur if the drilling is not done efficiently. So the rotary drill operators, they train the drilling crews. Then the earth drillers, these are the main drillers. Their main work is to drill through cores into the subsurface in order to get out cores samples which can be used in the laboratory by geochemists for analysis and also for petrographic analysis. So those are the earth drillers. Also, earth drillers, they drill wells into the subsurface, for example, production well and injection wells into the subsurface. Those are the earth drillers. Then the roustabouts. Roustabouts are technicians who are responsible for looking after pipes. For example, in case of any leakage that is occurring into the pipe, they can order for a repair, and also in case of any loose connection or any loose tightening of any pipe, they can tighten it further, and also ensure that in fact all pipes can be crude oil pipes, water pipes, gas pipes, ensure that they are working efficiently. Then helpers. Helpers, they do general duty almost on site. Their responsible is to clean up the working environment and also ensure that the tools which are being used on site are assembled after the work is done, and also ensure that they give support whenever needed by the engineers. So installation and maintenance jobs. So we have mobile heavy equipment mechanics. For mobile heavy equipment mechanics, for example, the mobile equipment which is being used on site, their main work as mechanics is they repair those equipments, and also they can use hand tools to dismantle and reassemble those equipments after working on them. So industrial machinery mechanic. So for example, in the refinery itself, we shall need mechanics to repair those machines in case of any breakdown. Then electrical power line installers. These are men who will be installing electrical power lines. Then telecommunication line installers, we shall also need them. We need telecommunication lines, for example, internet lines, because we shall need to use internet on site in order to connect with people from Kampala. We shall transfer message or information via the internet. So we shall need very fast internet on site. So we shall need telecommunication line installers to build those telecommunication lines. Then installation helpers. Then these are just general helpers. They help these people in the installation process. For example, the electric power line installer and telecommunication line installers, they will need these installation helpers to support them in their work. So for this group, we are going to look at the production and transportation occupations which will be available. So one, we shall need the machinists. The machinists, these are technicians. In case of any small measurements that is supposed to be done, ordered by any engineers or technicians on site, these machinists, they operate micrometer, screw gauge, and vernier calibers to take such small measurements. Then the welders. Welders, for them, they will be welding. They will carry out, for example, welding of horizontal structures and vertical structure, or even overhead structures just above them, and ensure that their work is well done. And also they will melt solder to ensure that connectivity is, they can connect, for example, between two metals by using soldering wire. When you melt solder, you can create a good contact and great connectivity. Then plating and coating machine setters. We shall be using very many metal types on site. For example, some metals will need to be coated. For example, when you look at these pipes here, they will be needed. We shall need to, these people here who are the plating and the coating machine setters, they will be needed to coat these metal surfaces. For example, using cadmium, chromium, zinc as the coating materials. So those are the people for plating and coating. Then we shall need the gas station operators. The gas station operator will be controlling the rate of supply of gas, and will ensure that the gas is supplied in the right amount which is required on site, and so therefore they'll be operating the pressure gauges which is on the pumps for these gases, and ensure that, for example, we know that gases will be needed like for electrical generation of electricity on site during drilling process and other functional work. Then we shall need well-head pumpers. We know that we shall install pumps on wellheads to enhance production of crude oil from the subsurface. Now when the natural driving force fails, which is the primary recovery, we shall now enhance that by installing pumps on the wellheads, and we shall need these people to operate these pumps and ensure that crude oil is coming out of the subsurface at the required rate as instructed by the production engineer. Then we shall need heavy truck drivers. These people, their work will be to drive trucks and are on site and delivering heavy machinery on site, and also they will be responsible for unloading and offloading of trucks in case of any, for example, unloading and offloading of concrete on site, transferring materials from one point to another on site. Just know that we shall need very many drivers in the oil and gas sector. So as our citizens, we should be taking up such courses in driving. So thanks, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future uploads. And if you like this video, I remind you again, just give it a thumb up. Thank you. My name is Apil Simon. I forgot to tell you about myself. I'm a student at Makerere University doing petroleum geoscience and production. I'm currently in my 4th year, but I'm graduating in 2020 January.